Hi and welcome to this video where I'll be unboxing a Grand Canyon WMN AL SLX 9.0 2019 mountain bike. First, I'll take a look at what you find in the box, but if that doesn't interest you, skip ahead to 2-minute 35 to see how the bike is set up for first use. Canyon's Grand Canyon is a hardtail aimed at XC and some trail riding, and this one has geometry suited to the female physique. In a future video, I will review how well this worked out for me. For now, it's time to find out what's in the box. As always, Canyon boxes give you a warm welcome when you open them. The first thing of note that's in the box is a smaller box with the print "Let's get started." So, let's get started. In this box, you find all the tools you need to set up your bike to be able to ride it. You don't need anything else, but if you have your own tools, you may prefer those over the ones that came delivered with your bike. There is a simple torque wrench and the Allen keys you need to complete your bike, a sachet of assembly paste, a big manual, an empty bag featuring the Canyon logo, and a mesh bag filled with instruction booklets for specific bike parts, reflectors, and other miscellaneous parts. Finally, there is a shock pump for your front suspension and an axle for your front wheel. Here's a final look at everything in the Let's Get Started box. Moving on, if Canyon did it right, there should actually be a bike for you to unpack. The bike itself is carefully packed. There is a big load of bubble wrap around the handlebar, and all over the bike some parts, such as your seat post, are attached with foam blocks with Velcro. The Velcro is a nice touch, because it makes it easy to remove the blocks without damaging your bike. It's helpful to keep these blocks in case you ever need to transport your bike later. If you don't want your front wheel to drop when you take the Velcro off, like mine did, it might help to take the bike completely out of the box first, but I felt the box was a safe place to leave the bike until all foam was removed. Finally, proudly lift your bike out of the box and get ready for a bit of mechanical work. The first step is installing Canyon's Iridium Dropperpost. To do this, you first push the cable that leads from the handlebar to the post up out of the frame. Insert the metal cable clamp into the corresponding slot in the post. Align the inner cable with the slot on the bottom of the dropperpost, then pull down on the outer cable, slide the inner cable through the slot and let go of the outer cable so it rests in the recess on the underside of the dropperpost. Before you fit the post into the frame, open the clamp and be sure to apply a light coating of assembly paste to the post. The paste increases friction between the post and the frame, so that the screws don't have to be as tight for a secure fit. Having the screws too tight can damage your dropperpost. Make sure to pull the cable taut again after installing the post. Next, it's time to attach the handlebar. First, you need to take the faceplate off the stem by unscrewing the 4 screws. Put them in a safe place nearby so you don't lose them. Apply some more assembly paste to the faceplate and the inside of the clamp. The handlebar has a logo in the middle that helps you to center the handlebar on the bike. Place the handlebar against the clamp and put the faceplate against it. Lightly screw in the 4 screws by hand or with a matching Allen key to start with. Before you finish tightening the screws, you should make sure the handlebar is centered correctly. Finish tightening the screws with a torque wrench, using the Newton values printed on the frame or in the manual. This ensures the screws aren't too tight, to help prevent snapping your handlebar. To turn the frame into a bicycle, first remove the plastic plate that keeps the brake pad separated. Then insert the wheel so the disc falls in its slot and the holes of the wheel and the frame align. Insert the axle and turn to tighten. Once it's all the way through, but not too tight, flip the lever up to close. Now the bike needs pedals. You can use any pedals you like. Simply attach the left pedal on the left and the right on the right side. On both sides you twist forward to tighten. Finish tightening with the right size Allen key. Here, as always, don't over-tighten. Take the cap off the air side of the fork and attach the shock pump to pump in air. The sticker on the fork gives you a starting point for PSI based on your weight. Later, after testing the bike, you can fine-tune the amount of air you want in your fork. And now my bike is ready for its first ride. I still fine-tuned the position of the shifters and brakes, swapped the grips and pumped up my front tire. That's all up to your personal preference. In a follow-up video I will talk about the specs of the bike and tell you how I feel about riding it. See you then!